Hi, in the previous video, I have started both Kafka Sidecar and Sidecar backend in the IDE. I'm using IntelliJ, but you can switch to Eclipse and other IDE like one that you just need to set up the server uh, main class and Java JVM option. That's it. So in this video, I'm gonna run the test for the binary data format. So we're gonna change. We have this set up as a binary value. So the value is binary. Yeah. Before we start the test, let me give you a little bit background why we are supporting binary. Sometimes people gonna push some small audio or video streams to the Kafka topic. For example, if you have a call center, like all you record the call conversation, and the conversation will be in a binary file. This can be uploaded to Kafka if it's not big. But if the file is really big, like over 1 meg, I would highly recommend you put this into a file system and then send the location of the file to the Kafka topic, because Kafka is not very good at like storing like large binary data. If you really want to push something to the Kafka with a message over 1 meg, you have to change the configuration to support like the to enable Kafka to support large message. So when we push binary into a Kafka topic, because the Kafka Sidecar is a REST API, is working with the JSON only. So before you save the binary data into Kafka through the Kafka Sidecar, you need basically using the base64 to encode your binary data. Once the Kafka Sidecar receives the information, the request, it will basically like convert it, the base64 into a binary, and then serialized into a byte array and push into Kafka. So within the Kafka topic, it's the original binary data or stream, or whether this is a video or audio, so that the real consumer or the any other like third-party consumer, they can consume the binary data directly. Also, the reason we are doing that is because we can always save the base64 as a string into the Kafka. However, the size will be bigger than the real stream data. The percentage increase for the base64 maybe is 130%. That meaning like there's 30% increase between the original binary and the base64. So before we create the request, we need to change the original value for the Kafka message to base64. I'm using an online base64 encoder decoder to do the job. So let's say this: if we have a value is XYZ, I just put XYZ here, and I can get the base64 encoded string here, so that I can put this into the request body. If you want to decode, you can do the reverse. Now let's take a look at our request. We have a request like this. So this is HTTPS post request to the Kafka Sidecar. It's localhost 8443 producers slash test6. The test6 is the topic we are trying to produce to. This is the body. Within the body, because we have specified the key format and the value format in the configuration, the default one. So within the request, we don't need to specify any format information or any meta information, because we are using like a string and binary, so there is no schema definition as well. So there are no schema information in the request metadata. So now we have three records. As a key value, the value is already encoded as base 64. And you can see this is all like a value all encoded. So now let's send the request to the Kafka Sidecar. Before we send the request, let's get Kafka Sidecar started. Started with this values.yaml configuration. So now we have Kafka Sidecar 8443, and we also have backend. Let's see the backend. Yeah, so this is the Kafka Sidecar, and this is the backend. Where's okay? Just give me a sec. Okay, this is the backend. The backend started already listening to port number 8444. Both started, and let's send the request from Postman. Okay, now we send the request. You can see we have offset 0, 1, 2 because we recreate this text 6. Now let's first take a look at the Kafka Sidecar. In the Kafka Sidecar, we have some info message, meaning where we've already received the request, and we have processed the request, and the consumer load the data and send to the backend. So this is what the Kafka Sidecar. There are not a lot of output from the Kafka Sidecar, but if you go to the backend, you can see we have logs in the backend. So see here, we have topic test 6. This is received request. Partition 0, offset 0, and the key is Alice, and the value is, this is the value. And this is the value. This is another value. So basically, like you can see, we have sent the information to the Kafka topic, and the consumer, the React consumer, consume the messages and send to the backend. If we want to check the information on the control center, we can check it here. So this is a 6. So you can see we have 3 messages we pushed into this Kafka topic. Let's take a look at the detail. So this is the first ABC. The value is ABC, and the key is Alice. You can see that's what we have. That's what we have in the Kafka. So you can see within the Kafka, it's already decoded. The Kafka Sidecar basically like run the decoder. We encode the message like ABC to a base64 string. But before we save this into Kafka topic, we basically decode it to save the original string binary data into the Kafka. And if you look at XYZ, it's the same, like value XYZ, and this is Alex. Yeah, so you can see value is already decoded, and the original data is saved into Kafka to reduce the size of the Kafka message. This is the value. So that's how we do this, like with binary data. We basically like when we send to the Kafka Sidecar, we do the encoding, and the Kafka Sidecar are going to do the decode based on the convention. This is base 64. And after that, the original value will be saved into the Kafka topic. But when we look at the backend API, the Kafka backend, you can see the backend still get value is base 64 encoded value for the for Alex. See this is all encoded value. The reason for that is this: like when we retrieve the data from the Kafka Sidecar in the consumer, we need to encode it using base64 and then send to the backend, because when we send to the backend, we are using the REST call, and within the JSON body, there's no way we can put the binary data into it. So we have to encode it in the base64 as a string, then send to the backend. The backend can using the decoder to decode it if they need it. But if there are other consumers, like third-party consumers, they can consume binary directly. They can just get the binary data from Kafka and using that directly. That's it. Thanks. Bye.